a sloth that I didn't like. But then again, I've never actually met a sloth. I've also never met an alpaca, but I do have a special place in my heart for alpacas. I have met goats, and I really enjoy goats. They are so much fun. Um, but I've never really lived on a farm. I've been to places that are farms and I've gotten to pet, you know, cows and horses and goats and you know, but no alpacas, no sloths. I have heard that both alpacas and sloths you could find in Texas. I'm sure you could find them in Louisiana, but owning one, I don't think is. Yeah, you could get away with owning a sloth anywhere because who's gonna say anything? I don't care if it's like it says, well, it's illegal to own these kind of pets. Like no one's gonna do anything about it. Like you could take a sloth into public anywhere, and everybody, even if it was on the books, no one would do anything. And people be like, oh my god, it's a baby sloth. Can I please pet it, play with it? An alpaca, I don't know. I guess if you're outside of the city limits, pretty much anywhere, an alpaca's pretty badass. Alpaca life. Um, that's why sometimes I put pictures of alpacas or sloths in the front of my videos. I told people I was going to be back in 5 minutes. It took me a little longer. Yes, I have a crystal in my hand. I don't know. It's going to radiate through this. See if I can connect to whoever's supposed to be here. I stopped my last show because I didn't want it to turn into hour upon hour, 5 or 6 hours of me talking. Because I thought it was a really good show that people would, you know, newcomers need to listen to, and if I make it too long, only the people that know me will stick around and listen for hours because they know. Everybody else will be like, really? They won't even click on it, you know? Dude's making a 4-hour video. Dude's making a 10-hour video. That's insane. Yeah. I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, then welcome. So I'll just sit here and see who shows up. It is an odd hour for where I am, 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but then again, you call me Pitbull. I'm Mr. Worldwide. Well, don't call me Pitbull. His music is just garbage. Sorry, buddy. And seems kind of chody, but whatever. Never met the guy. Just if you make that bad of music, and you just like, I don't know, his whole auric, his whole thing that he does, like people listen to that. People listened to his music. Like that was like, and did they buy his album, or is it just like in the club that was like club music? I don't know. Whatever. Um, and anybody that's on YouTube is pretty worldwide, anyways. Some places don't allow certain videos to be restricted, but I don't know. What should we talk about? So people want to know about setting intentions and sigils and things. Uh, oh. Wait till some people show up because that's no one's here now. So I'll just maybe I'll go back to bed. I don't know. Kind of woke up early today. It's like an odd woke up and welcome. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. What to do? Who's here? What do you want? What do you guys want to talk about? Whenever I say guys, what I mean is people, humans, um, natural people, natural persons. Artificial ones are not welcome here. And I do wonder sometimes when it says one person here and then they leave, like, somebody just who clicks on a video that doesn't know me and then leaves? I'm exceptionally engaging and tantamount to totally rad, bruh, you know. Even at this strange hour, 7:30 on a Sunday is a very I don't know who gets up who gets up that early. I used to get up on Sundays when I was a kid for sports. You know what I mean? Like it was either football was an early game because they would do early games because I lived on the East Coast, so they do early games so people could be there, could be home to watch the football games. You know what I'm saying? Or people got up for church. I mean, I don't do, I never did the church thing. That was like once a year, if that. But right around Christmas time too. Gotta go. Thank the baby Jesus, the Mary and the baby Jesus. Hey yo, what up, Maxwell? What's that? Who's that? Who does that song with Michael Jackson? Hold on, I can't even hit it. Somebody's watching me. Is that Maxwell? Is that who it is? No, it's not Maxwell. So what the hell is his name? Here, I'll give you bonus points. I'll give you friend bonus points if you can tell me who it is that does the song. Somebody's watching me with Michael Jackson. Rockwell. Don't you don't even get friend. I already get the friend points. I'm my only friend. You couldn't answer it quick enough. You guys both suck. It's Rockwell. What a great song. I thought it was just Michael Jackson's song, but he does just one. He does the hook in it. He doesn't do the whole thing. That's Rockwell. What's up, Afro Man? You thinking of dropping some Dr. Seuss for the great? Are you asking me or you're going to? You mean you're gonna go spit some rhymes? You're gonna put together a rhyme book, a grimoire that all has poetry in it. Is that what you're gonna do? It's a good idea. We'll talk about yeah, we'll talk about sigils, intentions, writing down here, writing these things down. It's just not something I normally do, because as is understood completely, the into the other realm. If you were to die, or if you go to other realms, you don't bring a pencil, pen, paper, backpack. You don't bring it with you. It's just not there. You don't have any physical objects. You have to use your mind to project things. But we will use tools to actually start to concrete ideas. That's what it will help to do that for you, and for anybody really. Even people that can do it with their mind. I mean, because you're casting spells and doing things with your mind all day, anyways, playing with magic. But when you write something down, it does something a little deeper. It seeds itself into your subconscious, especially if you make a sigil out of it. Yes, I'm gonna use a lot of S words. Maybe I'll start talking like a um, who does it? Osho, when he talks, everything's so. And he does it. Usually it'd be like gay guys. And us on everything. So I like chicks that are just Jesus Christ. But he does it. He does it in a way that is not at all flamboyant or nothing. He ain't coming. No homo, no homo. But Osho, you know, nah, he could get. He got away with it. It was really good. He was really throwing those Dr. Seuss's out there. Those S's. What was the S words? Oh, you talking about that? Oh, I know. Hey, Afro Man. I don't know anything about that. I have. I did you. Back in the days when I was a teenager, when I did not have status and I did not have a pager, I could. I mean, I knew some strains of the lysergic and the MDMA and shit, but nah, it's been so long. I have no idea. It's like, yeah, and it's become too complicated even with weed these days. It's just too much. Before it was like, what do you want? You want the seeds, you want the boogie, you want the mids that are kind of lime green, or you want the good bud, you want the Indo. Smoking that. Do you want? And then you could get the purple. What did we have? We had the purple strain. Had the skunk, the purple, the white widow. That was about it, right? It was pretty much standard. And then you had the mids, where it would be a couple seeds, but I like the mids best because you wouldn't get stoned out of your brain, and I'm not trying to sit there with the nick bag and pull 100 seeds out. If you don't get all the seeds out and you get the one to pop in there when you're rolling a blunt, taste all weird. The kind buds, yeah, the kind butters, yeah, the kinders, yeah. So you get the kinders, right? So you get the kinders, the purple, the skunk, the white widow. So once in a while you can find, the purple haze, or you can find lemon. But that was it. I mean, that was good. That was good. Now it's like people give you a fucking encyclopedia, a goddamn, uh, an index of, here's a book. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Give me a week to study this. I don't even know. Oh, this one's got this notes of this and da da da, and here's the. It's going to be more. It's this much THC, this much CBD, and this much. We're gonna. Well, is it going to make me like lose my brain like I just smoked PCP out of a fucking glass bowl and snorted 6 lines of ketamine, or can I just fucking chill out and have a nice body buzz and not like, you know, have anxiety out the wazoo and just being just hide underneath my pillows and crawl into my couch because I'm smoking weed. Something's wrong with that shit. What's up? You got some psilocybe? Uh, Semilencia. The Scottish Liberty Caps. Yeah, somebody else was telling me about the. Somebody else was telling me about picking the Liberty Caps. I like, again. That's not. No matter what it is, I'm not versed on the strains of anything anymore. Years ago, a little bit, but now it's like I just want can you just give me the original seed for the weed? I want the source code material. I don't want all the extra bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I know. There's a couple that I like. I like Headband. Headband is one of my favorite. Headband is good. I can still fuck with purple. I don't like White Widows too much. Or anything that's too heady. I don't like. Um, yeah, I don't even smoke that much. I mean, it's every now and then. It depends on where I was. When I lived at the beach, yeah, I smoke a lot more. Then no, not the last beach. I didn't smoke much at all because I didn't know anybody that got high. A couple people, but when I lived in North Carolina, oh yeah, totally get stoned all day, every day. That was cool. But yeah, then it turns to drinking, and then I switch it over to this. I don't know. Just lately, I just kind of like blah. Let's just do some magic. Yep, man. I was oh dude, man, for years and years I was um Mr. Gamble, Mr. Ryan Gamble. Um, yeah, for years I was, it was an every day, smoke weed every day, morning, noon, and night. Like I'd wake up and then the first thing I do is spark a blunt all day. Like people say that weed isn't addictive. Yeah, right. Weed to me was the most addictive substance that I've consumed. People like even more than alcohol. I can stop drinking for weeks on end. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I just enjoy drinking. But like smoking weed, no, it was an addiction. I smoked every day. Spent a lot of money on weed. Yeah, it's like even if you were selling, it was like you just smoke away your profits. Like it doesn't even. But then, as soon as the strains, like you were saying, as soon as they changed the strains up, they became too much. It was like, I'm like, what the fuck is in here? Are they spraying it with LSD? Is there PCP in this? Is there an upper in here? I don't. I just weed became too much, man. I was like, what the fuck? I remember. This is not like, the old people like Willie Nelson getting high. Like I remember when I was a kid and I'd get a nickel bag for a nickel. But I'm saying I just remember when weed was just fucking weed. Like you smoked it, you're high and it's kind of laughy, or you're hungry, or you're stoned. Like it was just like body buzz or laughy or hungry. That's about it. Now it's like, and now your brain is something different. It's like, what did I just like? Is that actually weed? Looking at it, I'm like, are all those white crystals? Is that THC on there, or did they just spray a bunch of shit on there and that's just the buildup of crack? Are we smoking crack? How would you know? How would you really know unless you're growing your own? You wouldn't know. These people might be. I mean, think about it. Anybody, you ever go to the hood? You ever live in those? You ever go somewhere where you probably wouldn't want to hang out too often, and you you give somebody money at one window, and you go around the back, and then there's like a there's the water, the no, you have the gutters, and they'll throw the weed in the gutter and it'll come out the bottom. Yeah, there's a whole system there. You pay there, and you go over here and go get over there, and that shit right there, whatever you're getting from them, it's a possibility it's shit weed, and they just spray it with dip it in embalming fluids, spray it with some sort of chemical. Yeah, a couple times. I'll tell you a story. One time I smoked the shit, and it was definitely after you smoke when you smoke it, you're like, this is definitely not just weed. But you're a kid, you're an idiot, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll just get high. Now when I smoked it, like the everything turned into a cartoon world. It was it wasn't delightful in any way. It was the worst. It was like if I was going, because it wasn't like doing mushrooms, knowing what you're getting into, and it's soft and comfortable, and or even if it's acid and you're into that, and everything's digital, whatever, you know what you're getting into. No, it was like smoking weed, and the world just changed into like a cartoon land. Everything was cartoon, but it in a very strange way. I was like, and I will not be getting weed from there anytime soon. I will rather not be high. uh, Hey, balloons of Zen piss is exactly what's up. I nearly came out of body. The floor started moving. Now, I've had that on different substances, but I knew. But again, if you know what you're doing, if you know that's the substance you're doing, it doesn't. Your mind is set for it. You're like you're good. You're in that mental space. But it's like if you think you're doing something and it's something else, they'll fuck you up. That happened a couple times with substances. Not fun. You know? And that's why even things that other people will not, cannot do, and it makes them like freak the fuck out. Like there's a couple things that people won't do, like salvia or like DMT. People are like, nah, dude, never do that again. Or salvia, especially. I would do that shit by myself because I knew what I was getting, and I knew that it was a short trip, right? So I'm good. but other things, no. If you were to get that and it was you thought it was something else, oh no, that's if you were to smoke salvia and you thought it was just weed, oh no, that would be a bad day for someone. Even though it's only like 5 to 10 minutes, that would be a bad day for someone. DXM I've never done. Isn't the stuff? Isn't that like robo tripping? Isn't that robo testing? Isn't that robo tripping? Um, I've done a couple analogs to some things like two CB. I did that on the beach. That was pretty dope. With a bunch of people I'd never met before. Like, yo, dude, you're pretty fucking awesome. You want to come fucking hang on the beach? I was like, yeah. Why don't you do this? I was like, what's it like? It's mushrooms. I was like, yeah, let's do that. Hey, who Hoodison, who Addison? You sure it's not DMX? It's so funny. DMX. I used to go. I used to call him Dimsk. I'm like, yeah, you want to listen to some Dimps? They're like, what? I was like, DMX, Dimsk. So how's everybody's day going? Let's talk about okay, tomorrow. I think 1:20 something is 1:20 Eastern Standard Time is when the entire it reaches full apex or whatever the complete conjunction. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check on that for you guys later today. And there's a couple more conjunctions that happen afterwards. So while there might be some crazy apocalyptic things happening with the energy, which should be fun, there could be you walk out and then people's brains are adjusted and people are different. Could happen. It's a pretty good chance that that might happen. There's a slight chance that the zombie shit happens, and and there is a chance that it happens over time. That it's not like an instantaneous thing. It might be instantaneous for some people with different ideas, and reality changes somewhat for them. But some of the whenever I was like, hey, the 21st, like zombie apocalypse, blah blah blah, or it might take a little bit because it's a development. It's the same like a fetus develops or an idea. It takes a little while, so it could be the 21st. Could be the jump off point for zombie apocalypse, which could be cool. I'm all for it, like I said, or just that could be just so some of it they know is going to happen. So they're just oh, people to come out their graves. No, whether that's just spirit to go into another body or it's actually you know zombie type shit. Maybe you got a machete. Good man. I got my knife that I normally do my, and I don't want to have to use that on someone's face. You know what I mean, like a zombie, because I like my knife, and I want it to be used for creative purpose. I could get creative in killing a zombie, but I'd rather keep it for that. So I think I could find some weapons in here. But if it did, I don't think zombies will make it to where I am because zombies are not gonna walk up to my where I am, especially if the electricity and shit goes out. They'll never. So I'm pretty set. But then I would definitely go and find myself a bow staff, a sword. I don't know. I mean, it'd be tough. It would be tough to get over to Walmart. I know Walmart probably has swords like for the geek kids. I don't know. You think they definitely have guns and shit, but that would get cleaned out real quick. Walmart's would be one of the first places that will get cleaned out. I mean, it's the biggest, but there's everyone knows. Oh, where are you gonna go? Like if zombie apocalypse happens, where are you gonna go? It's fucking Walmart. uh, you can make ashtrays from the skulls. Yeah, that's very that. I just I what are you taking a art class in third grade? You always you make an ashtray when you're working with clay and like third grade, fourth grade, whatever. Why did everybody's parents smoke and they needed an ashtray? I don't know. The skull is cool. It'd probably be more of like I'd use it for incense because I don't really smoke enough to make use of someone's skull for my ashes. But maybe that'd be cool for incense. A zombie skull is pretty dope. I'd put that at my front door definitely. Just let people know like, yeah, I would back the fuck up. That's kind of like like witches' houses and this houses that are scary on the outside. Keep away, but you go inside and it's the nicest place. That's why they put a front on, and then people like don't want to enter. Oh, it's scary. It's totally no, don't go in there. It's weird. It's creepy. And you go inside, it's magical. This pot of tea is on, flowers. The aroma's nice. The colors are nice. Ah, wonderful. Outside it looks like. But that's how you got to be in life. Yeah. Hey, I'm the nicest motherfucker, but I will kill you. Yeah. I put up with a lot of shit, but there is a very, very definitive line where I will happily pick you up by your neck with one hand. You think I'm not strong enough? I don't believe that for a second. I could throw you over. I could throw you over a fucking 18-wheeler. I could throw an 18-wheeler at you. Throw a giant trash. Those two? What are they? 2 ton trash containers, the big green ones. When you're doing work on a house, you get that big one up front. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna talk about sigil magic, creating realities, writing down things, making sigils, making how to make sigils, why to make sigils. If you guys have never seen that video, or I made a lot of them, they're old ones, but to teach you how to get into sigil stuff, there's probably 5 or 6 of them. They tell you why and how things work. The breakdown here, very simple, is here's why it works. Because when you write something down and then you write down I will to have this, whatever it is, and you get rid of certain letters, and you take the so you get rid of the vowels. Vowels don't count because they don't count in the real world. Even if you look into Egyptian language, ancient, they would spell like a swinwit. It would be spelled SWNWT. It meant woman healer that uses oil. They didn't use the verb because they're interchangeable. They matter. I will, blah blah blah, whatever you want. And then you take all the rest of the letters and you can use them any way you want. You can make them big, you make them small, you make them, you know, it could be the small version of an I, it could be a big version of the I, it could be whatever. Like if you like to make a G, like the way that normal people make it, or if you like it, do the squiggly thing that looks like a snake, whatever. And you create a sigil, and now it becomes this abstract idea that your conscious mind cannot decipher. You know what it says, right? But then it starts to invoke energy into your subconscious mind. And so you look at it and it gets burnt into your subconscious. And so your subconscious will hold on to that and it will start to develop it. Um, so you take that, you stare at it, you meditate on it. And then when you're done doing that, like if it's a big request, you might want to save it for, a couple days and meditate on it a few more times. But most things you'll meditate on, and then you'll take that piece of paper and you'll put it in a bottle, or you'll burn it, you'll bury it. Burning is probably the best way to go about it, or you bury it, whatever you want to do with it, but you get rid of it because what that says to your subconscious is I trust that this will be done. And so you invoke that, you trust that it's done, and you put that. Now it's in your subconscious, and that thing is gone. If you hold on to that paper, you're saying, I don't know if I trust that. I might have to go back to that. You could hold on to it, and that way it will give you a possibility to, like, oh, you know what? I don't. A week later, I don't know if I really want that. And then you can redact time. But obviously, if you ask for 100 things, it's going to take a lot longer to get you those things. And if you ask for bigger items and more specific things, it'll obviously take longer. You know. It's not. It's the universe will get you what you want. Let me say universe or God, whatever, yourself, your higher self. It's like there's simple things you could ask for. Okay, of course it'll be easy. Of course it'll be for you to. Of course it'll be easy across. Walk outside one. You walk in the street, you find it. You say, I need $20. Well, that might take a little longer to manifest. Just what it is. It's just it's everything's the same to the universe. It's just like more physical item, more thing. It's just more energy. It's more just if I was like I want to get laid tonight. Okay, what I want to lay, what I want to what does she, is it a dude? If you just want to get laid, maybe the dude's gonna be like, hey, what's up? Like, oh shit, I should have been more specific with my request. I want a chick. I want a chick that is good looking and she's got brown hair and brown. Oh, now we're getting very specific. So now that might be a little more tough. That might be a little more difficult. That in the reality, that chick might be. I want red hair, green eyes, 6 foot tall, and I want her to have a little tattoo on a small of her back. That's what I want, right? For me to make that ask, she might actually live 2 towns away, and she already has things going on in her life that she's going to make her way here somehow in 3 days. But if I make a simple request that I just want a chick, I just want a brown hair, brown eyed chick, how tall? I don't know, whatever. Okay, she's probably everywhere. I could get one of those. It's just not that specific. If I want a Lamborghini that's bright green with polka dots, and that's going to be a little more hard to come by. There's going to have to be a bunch of different things in the sequence of events to produce that for me. So just like anything you want, that the bigger the ask, it's still everything's on the table. It might take what you'd consider a little longer because the universe is organizing it. Organizing something simple is, pretty easy. Something bigger takes a little more energy. So yeah, you could create that sigil, and there you go. You could upgrade it. You could have, you could create yourself me seeks minions, little things that will accomplish a task for you. And once they accomplish it, so you got sigils, then you got these kind of me seeks and things that will go and accomplish tasks for you. and then you upgrade that, um, and they kind of stick around a little longer, and they accomplish. Just think of it as like if you contract out a work, put in somebody else's country, you got to pay them. If you in that you're trying to invoke, if you make an egregor, which is even higher form, you're going to have to, in a certain sense, you have to do sigil work every day. You're not sigil work. You have to do um, energy and power into that, maintaining that spirit, that energy that's going to go do something for you. You're gonna have to every day go, okay, here's something I need done every day, or something I need done maybe a couple different types of tasks. You're gonna have to invoke that every day. Or that egregor. If you're a gift bringer, they Satan brings serpents energy. So for that to exist, you feed it. You might literally give it some food. You might see that it's gone. You know what? It took physical form. It's like, oh, thank you, milk and cookie. That's exactly what I wanted. But to a degree, you can feed these things, and you feed it energy, and you could be a physical thing. Then there's two levels above that, which I won't speak of because no one should do it. One is, I'll just say this: one is part of Hulu, and it's kind of more a, I don't know, you can create these things out of kind of like blood and graves and raising the dead to a degree, and some of them are just producing a spirit that takes on human form. That's a high level shit right there. You wouldn't be able to do it anyways. Even if I told you what to do, you wouldn't be able to do it. You don't have enough energy. You don't have enough practice with magic. It wouldn't work. But if you did somehow get it to be done, it can wreak havoc. Let's just put it that way. If it can get out of your control, especially if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I don't. It's like this. I don't teach people about it, and I won't tell people about it. I've told people before what it is, and I've just said, don't ever even try. You will if you're not a if you're not 100% shaman, priestcraft, and know what you're doing, and you're devoted to the magic, then it was to um. Let me give you an idea. Mm. Oh, it's akin to, okay. All of the videos I make, people always ask me about breatharianism. And people always like, oh, you should be breatharian. Like, how long? People I know that have tried to be breatharian, they fail at it. And they say, oh, do you ever dry? What they ask me is they dry fast, which is a way to breatharianism. But they always say, oh, dry fasting. I'm like, you don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know what you're doing. See, it's another level. People people come out here. They are vegan for a year, which is retarded. Okay, let's say they're not retarded and they're vegetarian and they're making a good idea. They're making a good. Maybe they've done a few fruit juice fasts. Maybe they've even water fasted a couple times, or even used their urine. But then all of a sudden they've only done these things a few times, and they're only a year or two into the practice, and they think that they listen to somebody who obviously is either well ahead. If they're that far into the game, they should already have the caveat, and they should already tell people, um, to begin with, don't do this if you haven't fasted and done all these things for years already, that you have no business whatsoever trying to do a dry fast. You'll hurt yourself. You could kill yourself. Quite, body isn't cleansed. If you have a bunch of junk in it, it's not going to move. You're going to have no water in you. You're going to be dehydrated, and you're going to clog up your organs, and your organs might fail. Might clog up tubes and pipes in your body. And all of a sudden, oh, kidneys, foul, oh, heart, brain hemorrhage. This shit will happen. Everybody want to do a dry fast. Don't do dry fast. Don't ask me about that. I've told people, don't do that. Don't do it. Come talk to me. If you're listening to me talk, then you don't. Then you already don't. I guarantee anybody asking me questions still hasn't done even a fraction of the things that I've done to get to the point I'm at. You've not done a 43-day water fast. I guarantee it. You've not done, you know, months worth of lemonade cleanses. You haven't not done um, fruit juice cleanses as long as I have. You haven't. I know it. So don't ask, so people ask me about doing a dry fast. I'm like, I won't even do dry fasts. I don't even do them because unless I'm fully hydrated and cleansed pretty well, you know, I have occasionally done dry fast for a day, like just due to whatever I was doing. But I would never suggest for anybody, especially even if you to the point you figure it out for yourself. You'll know when you can dry fast. And on top of it, most people don't live in an environment that is conducive to doing dry fasting, which means that they're collecting their energy that they need from the sun, grounding to the earth, and they're breathing in prana. You live in the city, and you're not taking your shoes off, and you're not sun gazing, and just getting sun on your skin, and you're breathing in the garbage air. You're gonna have a That's a bad idea. You definitely can't be breatharian, and you shouldn't be practicing, um, you know, any sorts of dry fasting. It's not a smart idea. Yeah, it's just not a good idea. Um, so a couple of people were like, "Hey, I dry fasted. My piss was all super dark and blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's because you're dehydrated. And like it's extracting things from you. You're harming yourself. Stop it." So that's the same thing as doing higher level magic and invoking uh, two types of things that I will not speak of. One is voodoo hoodoo creature, and the other is just a general form of magic, but it's similar. It's like a god form of something. If you write a grimoire, you write a book, and then you want it to be a magic book, and to play out in reality, you could, and you could have those things, but because you'd write out the whole thing, you write out the whole story, you know exactly what they'll do, so you'd have complete control over it. But most people who they'll try to invoke it and have them like, oh shit, look at I got. It's like you get a there's no such thing as a free puppy, right? You get a puppy, but then you gotta play with it. You gotta take it out. Oh, you forgot about taking that puppy out to take a shit. Oh man, you gotta feed it. You got enough money to feed your dog? All of these things. These are things that you got to pay attention to. But people go, oh, they're gonna just make a god form. They're just gonna make this next level things. Nah, you better know what you're doing. Now you got a responsibility, and you can't just get rid of the dog. Just get rid of the thing that you just created. You just took a ghost and a spirit and embodied it in a physical form. Maybe put it into clay. Maybe turn it into a being. You better have that's a it's damn near a child. It's a dog. It's a puppy. No, it's not a homunculus but to a degree it's a homunculus, meaning it's a smaller version of you. It really is, like to a degree. It's not exactly what a homunculus is, but it's close. So you got responsibility. Ain't nobody gonna go. So you've been playing around with magic. You made a couple sigils. Some things came true. You think you're gonna do all that? No. You think you'd fasted a couple times? You drank some piss. You think you're gonna dry fast? No. That's the same thing. So okay. What's up, everybody? We'll continue on here. Yeah, day 3 you will get really high as soon as you get those first out, and then your body after 70 hours your transition giving you glycogen um, from your system, and so you're putting food in and you're getting glycogen to run your body, and then your body goes, oh, no more food, and stops using that and starts getting fats, so it shuts off your system from eating, from your stomach and everything. Stopping it, you're basically stopping. You're not producing stomach acid anymore. Your system starts to shut down on purpose, and this is a good thing because you're not using them. And then your body will start requesting from that little lump of cancer there. You got a little fat over here. You got a little whatever. Eats that up and turns that into fuel, rather than asking for it from somewhere else, or That's where it's getting the sugar from. That's where that anything you have they can turn into, like, I mean, think about it. If you eat sugar, they go, oh, you can eat all that sugar. It's going to turn into fat in your body. Yeah, and that fat can turn back into sugar. Just like, you have long chain, short chain carbohydrates. You have different types of sugars. You have oils, sugars, carbohydrates. They're functioning within each other. Like they're transmuting just shape a little bit and form and the energy that your body's using. You take anything you put in your body, anything you put in your body is going to turn into sugar, which is going to turn into alcohol. The sugar and the alcohol in your body runs on glucose and sugar and alcohol. That's what it runs on. So this is why I was like, hey, just get right to the source. I'll just drink the spirit, which is closer to, breath. So if you breathe life into grains and liquid, then you're getting something bubbly like beer. So, and they call the other thing spirits because you've already transmuted it. It's already been up into the sky. So you put it in, you go and you start distilling spirits. You distill spirits. So what does it do? Heats it up, goes up here, and then reforms and comes back down over here as a purified version. That's what it does. That's what spirit does. Okay, I got a few more minutes, guys. I'm feeling very nappy because I did wake up at 5. I already did a little show that I highly suggest go watching if you haven't before this. But I do want to go back and take a nap, and I have to take a crap and a nap. Um, but I will be back on a little later. Happy Sundays. You guys know what's up. If you want to gift to me or donate or whatever you think it's called, feel free. It's TSARXEN, capitalize the T and the X. And that's Cash App with the $, capital TSAR, capital XEN, and that's paypal.me/TSARXEN. Make sure you capitalize the T and the X. That is me, and I do appreciate it. That keeps the roof over my head, my phone on, and some food and alcohol available to me. Cool, and I can keep doing this shit. But I'll be back on later. I gotta crap and nap. It's good to see you guys and girls. We will get deeper into some more sigil things and more into this third show later today, and we'll talk about what people should be doing tomorrow, and that's pretty simple. Writing out some things and setting your intentions and meditating on it tomorrow, and yeah, we'll talk about it. Bye, guys.